The mist curls around your ankles, soft and unyielding, and you feel the invisible weight of unseen eyes upon you. Not strangers, but the silent witnesses of your own making. The echoes of judgment you have carried for years. Each glance, each whisper, each thought from the outside has built a cage around your choices. And as you step across it, however tentatively, the path begins to shift beneath your feet. You realize how often you dimmed your own light to avoid scrutiny, how many dreams were set aside in the quiet terror of not being enough. And yet, as the fear subsides, you feel a subtle exhilaration, a sense of possibility. I was always waiting beyond the need to perform. There is a new rhythm to your thoughts, a gentle cadence where reflection replaces judgment and presence replaces anxiety. You begin to savor moments in their fullness, the warmth of sunlight on your skin, the taste of a meal unshared, the quiet resonance of your own breath. Life begins to feel less like a calculation and more like a dance, fluid and unforced, where each movement emerges from your own center rather than from external expectation. You notice how interactions with others change. Conversations become exchanges rather than tests. Connections deepen without effort, and the energy once spent on pretense returns to you as vitality. Even the failures that once felt like judgment now appear as mirrors, reflecting not your inadequacy, but your humanity, your courage to act authentically. This is the subtle yet profound shift, a liberation that feels like breathing for the first time after a lifetime of holding your breath, a freedom so intimate and transformative that it alters everything it touches, from your smallest gestures to your deepest reflections. The shift is subtle at first, almost imperceptible, like the soft tremor of air before a storm breaks. Yet it carries within it the seeds of a profound metamorphosis. You notice how your thoughts no longer spin endlessly around imagined judgments, how your heart beats without the weight of expectation pressing upon it. The desire to explain yourself fades, replaced by a quiet certainty that your life is yours to live, unmediated and whole. Even the small, everyday moments, the way your hand brushes against a table, the rhythm of your footsteps, the taste of your morning coffee take, on a new vibrancy. Because they are experienced without the filter of external validation, you begin to understand that approval, when sought, is a subtle poison, invisible yet suffocating, binding you two lives that are not yours, two identities borrowed and borrowed again. The very act of claiming your own perspective, of honoring your own desires without hesitation, creates a resonance that cannot be ignored, not by the world, but by yourself. And the paradox is undeniable. The less you seek to be understood, the more clarity emerges. The less you chase validation, the more presence you inhabit. You realize that you have stepped into a space of profound autonomy, a sanctuary of self, where your presence itself carries weight and meaning, independent of any external measure. There comes a moment, subtle yet undeniable, when you feel the full weight of what has shifted within you. The compulsion to seek approval no longer whispers in your mind. The fear of judgment that once shadowed your every action dissolves like mist under the morning sun. You realize that the world, vast and indifferent, has not changed, but you have. You feel lighter, freer, more present than you have ever been. And in that presence, even the ordinary becomes extraordinary. Mistakes and failures, once sources of shame, are now evidence of courage, evidence that you are living fully and unapologetically. The paradox becomes clear. The moment you stop seeking approval, everything shifts. Not because the world bends to you, but because you finally inhabit yourself. You see how much energy was once spent chasing shadows, performing for an audience that was never truly there. And you marvel at the liberation that comes from reclaiming it. Even relationships are transformed. Connection arises not from performance or expectation, but from the magnetism of authenticity. And in that authenticity, there is power, not of control or dominance, but of presence. A quiet authority that radiates without effort. You feel a profound intimacy with your own existence, an understanding that your life is yours to live, not borrowed from anyone else. This is the revelation, the insight that shifts everything. Freedom does not come from external validation. It comes from within, from the courage to inhabit yourself fully and as you stand in that space, you feel an unspoken truth settle into the core of your being. The life you have always longed for has been waiting for this moment of surrender to your own truth. And now, in this stillness, you recognize the beauty of the transformation you have undergone. The need for approval, once so heavy, is gone, leaving behind a clarity that is both delicate and unshakable. Every moment feels more vivid, more immediate, more alive, because it is experienced through the lens of your own truth. You notice the small details, the warmth of sunlight, the subtle textures of the world, the quiet resonance of your own breath, and realize that these ordinary sensations carry a richness you had long overlooked. Freedom is no longer an abstract concept or a distant dream. It is tangible, woven into the fabric of your daily life, present in each choice, each mobe, meant each interaction. You see that liberation is not loud or dramatic, but gentle and enduring, like the tide shaping the shore silently and persistently. And in this space, you finally understand the paradox that has been waiting for you. The less you seek to be validated by others, the more fully you are able to inhabit yourself, and the more profoundly you experience connection, purpose, and presence. Life no longer feels like a performance. It feels like a poem being written in real time, each stanza arising naturally from the depth of your own being. And as you move through the world, you carry this truth with you quietly but powerfully, that your value was never contingent on approval, that your freedom was never borrowed, that your life has always been yours to claim. And in this awareness, there is peace, there is power, there is a profound joy that is yours alone, and yet touches everything you encounter. So live from this space, not for the eyes of others, but for the depth of your own heart, and know with certainty that the moment you stop seeking approval, everything shifts, and you step fully into the life that has always been waiting for you.